Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're back outside of our local regional airport. And today we're going to talk about the new TSA guidelines that were announced on June 4th for travelers flying within the US, so you have a better idea of how the security process is going to go, so you can be better prepared for when you do come to the airport to fly and explore the world or around the country, all right? Now, first things first, we actually do have other videos that talk about airline travel and airports and how they're going to change. This is specifically looking at the security check part, okay? And with this announcement, the first thing they said is like, look, make sure you're still doing your usual good general hygiene, right? And they do suggest you do wash your hands before you go through the security checkpoint and after you go through the security checkpoint. And when you are going through security, you know how a lot of us will have the one bin where we'll put our backpacks and stuff like that. Then we have another bin that we throw our wallet, we throw our phone, we throw our other stuff in there. They recommend that you put those, like the wallets and the phones and stuff like that, put that in your carry-on bag to keep it together, and that can help reduce, the chance of contamination. Okay, so have a heads up for that. Also, they wanted to let you know that due to the drop in demand for air travel, there may be less TSA checkpoints open, therefore you might be consolidated down to fewer areas. So if you're used to going into security at this point, well, that security checkpoint might be closed and you might have to go to another one. And at those checkpoints you do go to, yes, you can wear your mask when you are there, though they may ask you to adjust your mask or remove your mask for a second when you're going through security, but you can wear your mask through security. When you are in the line, do expect to have more social distancing. They did mention they are going to implement procedures to increase social distancing and reduce direct kind of contact between customers and passengers. And so what you'll see is if you look down, you'll see lines on the ground trying to give the 6-foot distance. You'll see more signage out there reminding people to keep their distance from each other, wear your mask and things like that. You are going to see those things, but that does mean the lines will be extra long. So you will need to be probably planning some more time, because one of the things they mention, if you are going to be putting your stuff in different containers, you're going to be putting it in your backpacks, your carry-ons, that will increase the time, so do have a heads up for that. They do make it a point to mention the cleaning and disinfecting, because all these people are going through, the TSA has issued guidelines to their frontline employees to conduct routine cleaning and disinfecting of frequently touched surfaces. So the containers, the belts and things like that, they're going to need to get wiped down, and that again is going to add time, because you're going to have to say, hold on for a second. It's like when you go to the grocery store and now they wipe down that conveyor belt more often, you're going to see more of those things happening. So again, it's going to take more time. Now, what's different and the same is when we have all these things, people wonder, well, what can I still take the same stuff with me? Yes, the 3 ounces or 3.4 ounces or less bottles in a 1-quart container, that rule is still in effect. You cannot have anything over a 100 mils or 3.4 ounces, except they did make one big change. Each passenger is allowed one up to 12-ounce bottle of hand sanitizer. Now, if you bring a 36-ounce bottle that only has 12 ounces left, that won't work. The bottle has to be 12 ounces or smaller, and they will let you take that. And you do put that in your carry-on bag, so you have it there. That does not go in the 1-quart thing. They might have you take it out separately to show them, but just give me the heads up that you can bring hand sanitizer when you go. Instead of taking 20 of those little tiny ones, you can actually do that. So just having a heads up there. And the last point they bring up is about expired driver's license and IDs, because when you fly, you have to have a valid form of ID. And if it's expired, it's no longer valid. However, with the COVID crisis, a lot of the Department of Motor Vehicle DMVs, where you get your driver's license, a lot of those offices have closed and people have not been able to renew their license. So what the TSA has come out with, and I'll read it directly from their thing. If your driver's license or state issued ID expired on or after March 1st, 2020, and you are unable to renew at your state driver's license agency, you may still use it as an acceptable identification at the checkpoint. TSA will accept expired driver's license or state issued IDs a year after expiration. Okay, so that means if you haven't been able to go back and your license hasn't expired, but it's after March 1st, they have their kind of exceptions here, you will still be able to fly with that ID. Also, for those of you that were worried about the new Real ID, with the star in the corner of your driver's license, to be able to use that as you're flying, that September deadline. September 2020 was when it's supposed to switch over. They wouldn't take other driver's license. That has now been pushed back to October 1st of 2021. So you do not need the real ID until October 1st, 2021, okay? So I just want to give you the heads up of some of those TSA changes and the new guidelines so you have a better idea of what to expect when you go out to the airport and you start traveling again. Because you know what? Flights are picking up. When I filmed my first videos here, they only had 1 flight a day. Now they're up to 2 flights a day. So things are getting better, and hopefully people can get traveling again and be safe when they are traveling. But do bring your mask, bring the extra hand sanitizer, and have safe travels, people. Bye.